The 3DS was the very first console I ever bought myself as a kid. As a big Pokemon fan, my main motivation to buy a console has always been new Pokemon games. And when X and Y came out, I needed to have them. So of course I begged and begged and begged for the 3DS for Christmas. But my parents and family were not super happy with my video game obsession and were absolutely not about to pay a hefty price for something that would enable it. So comes Christmas Day and I don't get a 3DS. Luckily for me though, a few weeks later, one of my best friend's little brothers decided he didn't want his 3DS anymore and he agreed to sell it to me. I had so many good memories with this 3DS. Mostly Pokemon, but also games like Fantasy Life, and more Pokemon, and also Pokemon. Yeah, I basically only played Pokemon. A few months ago, I decided I wanted to trade my shinies to the newer games. And I tried to launch Auras, but it turns out that the EU version has a slight, fault, which makes your cartridge just not load. Thankfully, I managed to trade my shinies away, as your save file doesn't get corrupted with this bug. But it did make me decide to do something I'd been wanting to do for a while. I've kind of always wanted an XL version of the 3DS, and a color that was a bit more me, since I didn't get to pick the color when I bought it. I also really wanted a modded 3DS, and I didn't want to take any risks with my original one, since it held so many memories dear to me. So I made the big decision to order a modded 3DS online. Looking back, I kind of regret getting that one instead of one with a card capture board and, trying to mod it myself, but I'm still really happy with the purchase in the end. I also got a clear case so I could customize it with my stickers, and I'm probably going to use my own merch. I'm always a bit nervous though about decorating consoles, so wish me luck. I have a few charms I could put on it, but I'm thinking I might get some new cutesy ones. I'm not super sure yet. Maybe Pokemon themed? Well, speaking of Pokemon theme, those modded 3DS also let you have themes, and let me show you my absolute favorite thing. I installed the Pokemon theme made by Grub, and it's the cutest thing. It plays Pokemon music, and even does like a cute Pokemon Center healing sound when you reopen your 3DS after putting it on sleep mode. And when you scroll, it also moves. It's just so cute. There was a bunch of games I want to check out on the 3DS since I'd been so obsessed with Pokemon in the past and basically mostly played that, aside from maybe Fantasy Life. So it was honestly a bit hard picking something out to start with. After thinking about it for a bit, there was one game I needed to play after all these years of playing Pokemon and nothing else. So of course I launched Pokemon Rumble and spent 8 hours in it in one go. I have played Pokemon Rumble Blast, which I never played before, and it was honestly really refreshing. After that, I played some Pokemon Rumble World, which I had played in the past, and I used to really like it, but now, comparing it with Pokemon Rumble Blast, I think I prefer Blast over it. I just prefer the mechanics and the way you don't have to wait for, like a hot air balloon. Basically, I spent the first 3 days only playing Pokemon games. I probably have a video on it in the future if you guys are interested. After that, I did decide to play some other stuff and random titles that grabbed my eye, so I tried Waka Waka Sweet, which is a Cooking Mama type of game that reminds me a bit of Imagine Cooking, and that has pretty boys. I also played Bellasara because it was one of my obsessions as a kid, the horse game TM, and I didn't know there was a game, so I had to try it. Turns out it's just how it looks. One of the titles I also really wanted to play on the 3DS was Nintendogs plus Cats because as a kiddo, I was obsessed with the idea of getting it, and even after getting the 3DS, I never actually got the game. So I just kind of wanted to adopt cute kitties. I'm not very far in the game yet though, and I'm not sure how far I'll get because it's kind of just a weird obsession. I also played a bit of Inazuma 11 because I was really curious about it. And I really liked how the game presented, but I'm not a fan of soccer or the controls, so it might just not be for me. I'll see if I push through or not. And then the other game I spent the most time in so far has been Ever Oasis, because I've been told it had a similar vibe to Fantasy Life, which is one of my favorite 3DS titles, and yeah, it kinda does. I really like the music, The chibi designs, just the whole thing so far is really fun. The management part of it, I really like too. So it's been a good experience so far, and I'm really excited to try more 3DS games in the future. Because in the end, there's still so many of them left. That and DS titles. I actually have a massive pile of games in my room, and I want to try them all. Honestly, I think this will probably be the purchase I'm most happy with this year, even though I could have gone for a 3DS with a capture board instead. Who knows, maybe I'll get a new 3DS in the future. For sure, buying this console kind of opened a Pandora box, and it made me feel like getting back into older games, so I also bought other things, but that's for another time. I hope you enjoyed this quick video, and that you'll be on the lookout for more. I'm really obsessed with the 3DS so far, so I can't wait to show you guys more stuff on it. I'm just so happy with the purchase. And if you were to ask me the question of should you buy a 3DS in 2025? Yes, you should absolutely. It's a great console. It still has so many good games that are staples and just amazing. That might be biased, I don't know, but I definitely think you should get one. If you watched up until now, I would actually love for you guys to tell me about your favorite 3DS or DS game and recommend me some to play in the future. Thank you so much, and let's tattle!